Dilly Ding, Dilly Dong, everybody. Claudio Ranieri is back in football management at the tender young age of 73. He's come out of retirement to manage his hometown club, AS Roma, for the third time. Claudio Ranieri did bring in his playing career back in 1973 for Roma, making just a few appearances for his hometown team. And it's just good to see him back, you know. He said he retired after last season when he was managing Cagliari in Serie A, but he is back at Roma. Roma naming their third manager of the season, and it's not even December yet. Absolute chaos going on at that club. He's going to do a bit of a Ralph Rangnick job, basically, at what he did at Manchester United, but at Roma. Basically just taking charge of the club until the end of the season, when they hopefully find somebody who's going to be a more permanent replacement. After that, he's going to go to some kind of upstairs boardroom role, some kind of unspecified role. I think Roy Hodgson does something similar for Crystal Palace at the moment. Of course, he was a very successful manager at the Eagles for a number of years. But yeah, it's just good to have him back, you know. He thought he retired, he thought he was out of the game, but he's back after just a few months after retiring. I guess, I mean, you know, he is a native Roman. I imagine he is probably a fan of Roma as well. Like I said, he began his career there. He's managed them in 2 stints in the past, between 2009 and 2011, and a relatively short stint back in 2019 as well. So I wish him all the best. I hope Roma's form really gets better, because this season it's been very average, to put it kindly. I mean, they're down in 12th in Serie A at the moment. They're not doing particularly well in the Europa League either, really. It's not going well, basically. There's a real cloud over the club ever since they sacked Daniele De Rossi. Obviously, De Rossi, a legend of a player at Roma over the years, and getting sacked. Very unpopular decision from both the players and the fans. The board not being very popular at that point. If you don't know who Claudio Ranieri is, I mean, man, where have you been? Where have you been? What have you been watching? What's been going on? His most famous exploit for me is definitely what happened to Leicester. I mean, he was the manager of Leicester when they won the Premier League back in 2016, I believe, 15-16, wasn't it? You know, everybody was tipping him to go down. I think even Gary Lineker, a Leicester fan and a Leicester player back in the day as well, you know, did tip them to go down, but they ended up winning the league. That's how much of a surprise it was. And the guy has a very storied, and I mean, just go over the list of clubs that he's managed. I mean, he was a decent player back in the day. He was never like Serie A standard, I don't think, or anything like that. But, you know, his management career has been something special, to say the least. He's managed just about every Italian club there is. Some of them I've not even heard of, like Vigo Lamezia and Putolana. Never heard of them before. But he has managed quite a few that I have heard before. Napoli, Cagliari, Juventus, Parma, Roma, Inter Milan, Sampdoria. You know, he's an absolute legend of the game. It's so good to have him back, even if it's just for this one final swan song. I hope they win something. Imagine if they win the Europa League or the Coppa Italia or something like that under Ranieri, because Roma are a club that they don't really win much silverware, to be honest. I mean, Mourinho kind of bucked that trend a little bit when he won the Conference League and he got them to the final of the Europa League. But when it comes to silverware in Italy, it's been a while, I think. When was the last time they actually won an Italian honour? They won the Coppa Italia in 2008. That was the last time they won a domestic honour. So it's been a while. For a club of their stature, that is a long time. That's over 10 years. So imagine if he goes and does that. But yeah, just a relatively quick one, guys. I'm sure I'll be getting some snippets from Italian press conferences every now and again for something that Ranieri said. But yeah, Dilly Ding, Dilly Dong, the legend is back. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? Are you surprised to see him come back? I was very much surprised to see him come back. I'm very happy to see him come back as well. And what's your favourite memory of Claudio Ranieri? Was it when he was at Leicester, Chelsea, another club? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, keep it subscribed to thefootballchronicle.com to see much more content on the beautiful game just like this.